strat, and the Naga was making space for the TA instead. Like it was like different kind of styles. But overall, I would say GH, like at least the last one I've seen.
You've got to be pretty good on a hero to replace one of the best players in the world in his position and force him to take a support character in the game. That's got to be one of those things, isn't it? You've got to be pretty good at it. Right then, we are into the draft once more. It is the third and final game here in our second set of the opening round of the Kiev Major. Round number 1. We're tied up between Thunderbirds and Team Liquid.
Did they ban Clockwork in game 1 and 2? That seems... Yeah. Is that new?
In game 2, they banned Clockwork.
Okay.
So, it looks like Team Liquid is back to first pick again. First pick won both games. Game 1 and game 2.
And Monkey King was first pick in game 1, but not in game 2. But
yeah, Thunderbirds did not take the Monkey King.
Yeah,
so the Clockwork is Moon Meanders. It's his most played since 7.
So one thing about like first pick is you can literally just take whatever you value the highest as a team. It doesn't matter if it gets counter or not because you just value it very highly. Like you already know this is a very robust pick. So you're going to take that, and then the enemy picks 2 heroes to counter your 1 hero that you didn't already care about being countered, and then now you have like your second pick that's going to counter 2 heroes that are countering a hero that doesn't matter. So like in this case, in this series especially, first pick actually matters a lot.
Yep.
Like who has it.
So it's funny because I was going to say Peter explained at DAC that he values last pick more highly because then the carry or one of the cores can't get countered. Right.
There's a lot of teams have different ideas with how they want to play. There's some teams where like their carry is not their star player, for example, and they don't care. Like he's not going to be the one that's going to carry you through this game. So maybe, or your mid laner, you could also last pick it. But in some drafts, you want like your first 4 picks to be very good, so you can play the game together and counter like at least 80% of the enemy, and not have to think about this last pick just countering you or whatever, something like that.
Okay, Liquid have gone back for the Monkey King. Wasn't banned out by Thunderbirds, but they did ban the Cockle, which is a bit weird.
Wow. First pick Nature's Prophet. This hero was banned out second stage in the earlier games, and kind of makes you think that, I mean, Liquid, Thunderbirds maybe having scrimmed or seen this as a prominent pick because it's kind of coming out of nowhere as far as Thunderbirds go.
Yeah, there were definitely a lot of whispers around this Nature's Prophet hero. With the last buff that he got, he became even the patch before that, people liked it.
Yeah, just starting to play it, weren't they?
Right, exactly. And with the boss, maybe he's like gone over the top now. And now we see it being first phase. They know that if they don't pick it here, it's not gonna come into their hands later on.
Do you see it more as a safe laner or as an off laner, Demon?
I don't know. I really don't know. Like these teams, they haven't really shown anything about the Nature's Prophet yet. The first game, Liquid banned it in the second phase, although the enemy had a Beastmaster, which could have been support Beast, right? So I would think that it's an off lane, but there's a pretty good chance, knowing it's Thunderbirds, they got the debate ability to put it into the safe lane, or maybe even a support.
Support,
Yeah, we don't even know if it's off lane or a carry. It could be a support.
Yeah. So we're going to get Miracle Invoker, which we weren't allowed to watch at DAC. It was banned every single game.
And when he did get it, he destroyed.
Yes, he did. Actually, they did. You're right.
Yeah,
they gave him one game in group stages, and he absolutely carried the game. And it's been banned.
And it was even
since.
against an Alchemist, I believe, right?
It was, yeah.
Death Prophet has been banned.
Wow. Okay.
I mean, these are the kind of bans and picks which we haven't seen, but we haven't seen Thunderbirds play in 2 months' time, whereas Liquid may have actually scrimmed them and played versus them. So they seem to know something we don't. Like Thunderbirds were boot camping in Europe as well.
Right, and these teams, they didn't know the groups or anything like that till, a day ago or 2 days ago. So they wouldn't have known they would play Thunderbirds early on. So it's very likely that they played against each other for sure.
So ban's done. Second phase picks. On the back of a Rubik and a Nature's Prophet, we're going to get a Puck. Also something the players have been talking an awful lot about in the last few days, about being very strong.
So you have Nature's Prophet, right? Let's say he's an offlaner. He's already not a team fight controlling offlaner. He's more of this like farm-oriented, carry-ish, global presence kind of guy. So you want something like a Puck to be your team fight controller, since you're going to need one of those if you ever want to win any games, really.
I see these heroes, and like if this was like a couple years ago, I'd be like, man, this looks like a Drow strat. Is something like Drow like two? Yeah,
actually, that could be very likely. But thing is, Monkey King, even though he's weak against the physical damage, you might get punished early on as a Drow. I've seen games where like Monkey King goes aggro Trial versus a Drow, and this Drow just goes like 0-6 right away. So.
Yeah.
Crystal Maiden again, the same combo, CM Monkey. We've seen a lot of this in DAC, and we saw it last game as well.
It's game 3. It's time to go to game 3 winning heroes, isn't it? Liquid going for comfort.
Yeah, for them, the game 3 winning heroes is picking what they've been doing and what they've feel is their strongest heroes. You know, Miracle, Comfort, Invoker, the support duo, which they've been running throughout this tournament and even before. So, in the past, it was more Kuro playing the Crystal Maiden, but either way, it's been a go-to support for them.
It's pretty good support against like Puck and Nature's Prophet. Puck, you know, you have a root mechanic for him, so he can't really phase shift out of the ice block. And then against the Nature's Prophet in the laning stage, he has like 2 Treants. You can just bite one of them. So a lot of Nature's Prophet's laning abilities will be kind of mitigated because of the Maiden. So I think it's good. I like it. Pudge.
Support Pudge?
You can hook a Monkey King out of his ultimate with Pudge. That is one thing that you can do.
Misery's played a lot of him. Played a lot of him since 7 as well. It's his most picked hero.
Sprout into hook. You've got Telekinesis as well.
Most of the times they ran the Pudge, though, was either with Ember or with Alchemist, though. Those were the 2 main heroes that they combo it with. But this game...
Does anyone else?
Pudge?
I was going to say, did they play
Alchemist, huh?
Yeah, they used to run a lot. They would just use it as a save.
Is there a
Alchemist.
specific... Oh, okay, save the Alchemist.
That's pretty much all I saw them do.
Because there's still a chance that Thunderbirds might pick an Alchemist. If if that's something that they have done.
That'd be so much gold.
Yeah.
Puck, Alk, Nature's Prophet.
Overkill.
Thing about Thunderbirds, you can like never actually tell where the heroes are going.
Well, I was going to say, where does the Nature's Prophet go? Where does the Puck go?
Right.
Where does the Pudge go? Rubik's pretty much the only safe pick so far. The Saxon will probably take that.
Yeah.
Well,
Naga.
Holy
who's playing the Naga? Is it Matu? Is it GH?
Well, Matuma Man does play the Naga though.
Yeah,
his is pretty good. Played it.
It'll be GH surely.
I don't think so this game.
Unless it was like.
Where did they put the Invoker?
Like Miracle's for sure going to play Invoker, right?
Yeah.
I don't see Matuma Man playing Crystal Maiden or Monkey, so.
There was a period where Matu played support during, was it the was it Boston Major, right?
That was yeah. For
when they had Luna or Drow.
When they had Boba on the team.
Yes, yeah. Old Liquid, because Kuro would take the carry, he would take the Drow, he would take the Luna for these certain strats, and then Matu would play support like Rubik, Shadow Demon, whatever they need.
They weren't at Boston.
Yeah, that was in the qualifier. They didn't. They didn't make it to the main event. They did in the qualifiers. And
They're dark days.
Yeah. But it was something. I mean, again, that was. It felt like a last result. Like, okay, Kuro wants to just take control of the team and put himself on that role.
So Legion Commander, last man from Thunderbirds. I think it's very good. It's a good combination with Crystal Maiden and Monkey King. She's a very strong laner. I'm surprised that she hasn't been picked much earlier in the drafting stage in this series, at least. But I feel like this is a hero that we're going to see a lot more of as we go on into this tournament. But definitely a worthy ban.
That hero owns NP in lane, too. One of the few.
Yeah.
What about heroes that have some kind of like team fight synergy with the Naga sleep? Like your Enigmas, your Tide Hunters.
The thing about Liquid is they don't think too much about that. What they do have is Monkey King already. That's already a team fight combination with the Naga sleep.
Sure.
He can just drop the ult in there, then pop the stun right as the sleep ends, and then there you go.
Everyone's dead.
Yeah. And Invoker, another combo. I think they're not lacking on that.
Yeah.
What they are probably lacking on is like another ability to lock a hero down and win a lane. Like they just want something for the Invoker Sunstrikes, pretty much. Okay, so Shaker, that's pretty good. And Shaker won't.
More lockdown.
He won't really like win a lane, but he will get enough. He's a hero who can just go off lane, double fissure block the first wave, get experience. Like that, and it's gonna be completely fine for him.
Install towers for Naga.
Or maybe he might even pull the camp into the lane. They are playing Radiant. It's not very hard to pull the camp into the lane. And that's something that Thunderbirds can also do as well with the Pudge. Even though like something was changed. There are some mechanics that you can still do now that will allow you to pull the creeps into the mid lane and deny an entire wave. So, and Morphling.
Wow. Okay.
Going for the late game, Morphling Naga.
Yeah.
Both teams want to have.
This is going to be a very long game.
They don't have a very good way to remove the replicate either in this game, and their disables aren't like strong enough in my opinion. All of the disables will still allow the Morphling to be able to morph up, get strength, and I feel like the damage on Radiant lineup is kind of limited on one hero. So
right. Let's get some predictions then as we go down the line very quickly. Gods?
I'm going to go with Thunderbirds this time around. I think having that last pick Morphling, they've kind of set themselves up to be able to try and take a late game against the Naga.
Okay.
I'm going with Liquid. I think Miracle's Invoker is really, really good. I think
That's true.
I think the Naga Siren isn't really countered. I guess it's just the Naga or just the Morphling's not going to be enough.
Yeah. I mean, eventually Invoker's going to get Hex, and then we'll see what happens. But I'm just going to go with the opposite. Whatever the person on the
I mean, as soon as you said Thunderbirds, I thought,
Liquid,
sorry, Thunderbirds.
That's
a shame.
Well,
all right.
I'll go with Liquid,
yeah, two for Liquid, one for Thunderbirds, and unfortunately, the Thunderbirds picker is the man who's currently 0-2 and whose seat is 0-4 today. Sorry, Thunderbirds fans. Let's head back to our commentary team for the third and final game of set number 2 in round 1.
Thanks very much, Reddit, indeed. This very exciting Game 3 coming up now between Liquid and Thunderbirds. I'm ODPixel, I'm here with Purge. The drafts, yet again, we're getting a lot of excitement already today, Purge. We're seeing some new heroes. We've got a Puck, we've got a Furion. What's going on?
Some of these heroes have been kind of buffed. We've seen a lot of patches in the last couple months, ever since 7.0 came out. So there's a lot of mixing up of heroes that have maybe gotten buffed 2, 3, 4 times sometimes in a row. So excited to see these heroes picked up. Puck actually did start trending a little bit at DAC, usually in combo with Enigma, but this is a bit different. It's going to be a mid Puck. No offlane Puck this game. But the Nature's Prophet is maybe the most exciting pick here. That's another hero whose talents may be some of the best in the game. He gets some incredible value for every talent tree he gets. But very good laning hero, very good at split pushing. But like Merlini said, he's semi-countered, and there's not a lot of things that they have to deal with the Naga Siren other than the Morphling. I think the Morphling can be really effective. Puck can be pretty good too, but it's going to take some really good execution by Thunderbirds to control good tempo and make sure that Naga doesn't get too out of hand too fast.
Now we can see already Liquid coming up with this aggressive movement. They have 3 heroes ready on this top lane around the rune spot. So if they do want to try and contest, and it looks like they'll head away. Actually, Trent's been sent across from the bottom half of the map there just to zone him out. Also, mind games make Liquid think that there's a 4th hero in the neighborhood.
Yeah, they want them to think that the Prophet's going to the top lane for sure. Because I think, actually, I've laned this, I think, just a couple, like last week, I think, when I was at DAC. Prophet versus Naga. It's a little tough for Prophet because Poor Man's Shield blocks so much of the damage, but it can also be all right. With a little bit of spore rotation, I could see some advantage. Ooh, big D ward here by Sox, actually. He almost caught the
That was so
Monkey
close,
King
yeah, chopping down that tree. That will still have the telekinesis up to the high ground, and in fact, Kuroki will be cliffed. Misery can't get in range for the rock, but Kuroki, with his magic stick, of course, can get in range to hit him back. So Misery has to just get away from that. There's not a lot he can do with that level 1 rock.
He'll leap out.
And it's actually going to be the Fisher onto Resolution that's causing trouble. The Sunstrike doesn't connect, though. A little off point with that one. Kuroki will be able to jump his way down. So no one to fall yet, but kicking off on this top lane.
Unfortunately for them, they have to keep doing damage to Monkey King to prevent him from jumping on a tree, so doesn't quite work out, but went okay for them. Decent start. If Resolution would have died there, that would have been catastrophic for Thunderbirds. I mean,
so close to hitting that Sunstrike combo. Just the wrong side of the Fisher.
They got a first blood on Miracle's Invoker. Ooh. That's like an instant game loss, I'm pretty sure.
I'll try and make another bit of a go here. I mean, even though they're not getting these, because they are putting a lot of pressure on Resolution. This lane is not going to be the easiest for this Morphling to farm in.
Yeah, absolutely not. They're pressuring super well here. He does bring another set of tangos out, but just between like Crystal Maiden, Earthshaker, and Monkey King, they've got a lot of.
Look how low Resolution is as well. The Sunstrike's going to come through. This time it connects, and Resolution, he's going to try and morph his way out of this one, but Kuroki coming around the corner. He's out of mana. The Fisher's there from Mind Control, securing Liquid the first blood in this top lane.
That was my predicted player with the least deaths. That didn't work out for me.
And the Morphling getting punished. in these early stages by Liquid. Kuroki's very low. Resolution can't quite find a kill in return, though. Kuro will be allowed to walk off, but top lane, we've seen the action there. Other lanes in these 1v1s, how are we seeing it pan out at the moment, Purge? Any kind of lead that you didn't expect, or is this all as planned?
It's pretty much as planned for the other lanes. Prophet's having a slightly hard time. If we check the tango level of Matumba, he's down to his last tango, but he's doing fine. I think Moon Meander does have level 3 though, so despite like that tri-lane not going very well for Thunderbirds, they will see some Prophet TP soon. It's just that Crystal Maiden plus Earthshaker plus Monkey King, those 3 heroes are really strong at level 1 and allowed them to pressure quite well. Whereas if they got Pudge level 2, maybe Rubik level 2, something like that, it would have been a lot better for the opposite side.
Top lane, Kuroki going on to Saxa. Good Fisher block from Mind Control, forcing Saxa to walk the long way around. The Boundless Strike into the Frostbites there, and Liquid claiming a second kill with this aggressive tri-lane that they pulled together.
It's going so well. And with Arcane Aura, now those 2 heroes, Earthshaker and Monkey King, they really are in need of a lot of mana, so Arcane Aura giving them a big advantage. And there's still Sunstrike threats. Oh, cuts the tree though.
Yeah, Rezo gets the tree hit. It should be a tasty little kill for Rezo in response. Absolutely something that will really help them out considering the pressure that's been put onto that lane.
Yeah, I was super overconfident there by Kuro, especially to jump to that tree semi within vision, like the tower was going to spot it. So big mistake, especially with the creep wave there. Can they pressure mid though?
Oh, that was an unfortunate hook from Misery there. Sailed right past Miracle, but it looked like it could have been on target. So unfortunate there for Misery. Won't be able to get the successful gank off. But at the least at the moment, Weeha is keeping the edge here in this mid lane, just slightly ahead of Miracle's Invoker.
Yeah, playing a little dangerous there with the salve phase, but it's going to be just fine for him. Just a little bit of rotation like that will make a big difference, but I think as a whole, I think Liquid's going to be pretty happy with Matama Man getting a 1v1 lane down here with the Crystal Maiden Aura. So this is just keeps going well. Prophet does pick up Orb of Venom phase.
Oh, and again, Rezo. He's able to find the tree as they move in onto Kuroki. Throw out the Boundless Strike. Kuroki almost certainly going to be taken down here. Mind Control trying to do his best to hold them back, but he's ended up putting himself in a non-ideal position. And a great hook from Misery is going to reel in a third. And this top lane, in a matter of minutes, suddenly is being turned on its head. And Thunderbirds getting themselves back on top.
Man, that little death trap up there, they just keep putting heroes in there and they slowly auto-attack them down. It really works out nicely with Lift and Hook. I didn't think they were going to get 3 kills. I thought it was just going to be 1. But
the fact that Misery was there.
Yeah, made a big difference, even throwing Mind Control up there. They were confident for that one. And if Weeha's laning fine in the mid lane, then I think this looks pretty solid for them right now. Either way, it is going to require Moon Meander to have a good impact on the game. Looks like he's going to go for the phase drum build to give him a lot of good early right click. And he's now ditched lane, which makes a lot of sense. If you kill both supports, there's a really high chance that they TP the safe lane and do a gank. So he definitely has to hit the jungle occasionally like this. But I want to see what he goes item build wise. Phase drum will be great for overall right clicks early game. And maybe that's how Thunderbirds wants to win this game, just by overpowering and running down their enemies. Pudge looking dead here. Yeah,
he's stuck around in the top lane for a bit of solo XP, but he will be punished. But look at this move here from Thunderbirds, bringing Resolution into the middle lane to punish Miracle.
That's really good.
That is, so 5 minutes in, bringing your carry to the mid, something that Liquid just wouldn't have expected to happen.
Yeah, and it delays the Midas, and they're going to get some good tower damage down as well. Especially with Trance, they can actually just keep hitting this. It doesn't even matter that he pulls the creeps. It's one of the biggest values that Nature's Prophet gives. Something to for sure tank the tower.
Tumba will come through and do his best to help with the D push here. And
so
deal
huge.
with this pressure from Thunderbirds. But yeah, a lot of damage done to that tower.
Like, it being at 500 HP at 6 minutes into the game is massive. And that's all Thunderbirds really has to do is keep doing these little rotations. And even if they don't have a lot of levels, their lanes are going weak, if you bring everybody, that's a lot of skill points versus one hero. You're going to kill him.
A lot of resources, yeah.
And Prophet can always show up and bring Treants as well. So that's the tempo that's going to change this game, is taking towers really rapidly. Like, imagine if this tower in the mid lane dies the next minute or two, and Invoker doesn't even have Midas yet. Like, where does he even get his Midas? You just start jungling then or something?
Absolutely. And then even if, you can turn to the jungle, but still that access point is going to be open in the mid lane for Thunderbirds to make those moves around. In middle lane, he's being gone on Dream Coil into Moon, turning up with the TP. Kuroki will try and hold the back with the Boundless Strike, but already Miracle's dead. Thunderbirds have the initial burst to bring him down. Mass TP's coming through from Liquid. They'll look to try and find Weeha in response. Mind Control looking for the chase down, but they haven't got the follow-up lock. And Weeha and Saxa TPing themselves back out. And in fact, straight down to the bottom lane, Saxa. Maybe seeing if you can combo something with Moon to find the Naga. But again, this mid lane turning into a bit of a disaster for Liquid.
Yeah, and because all it takes is Soxa to show up, basically. Because Puck's usually going to be there. Soxa rolls in on the Rubik, and Prophet TPs. Like, that's 3 heroes hitting really hard. Prophet's hitting for like 100 damage already. And Invoker dies really rapidly. He doesn't have armor. He's still working on building a Midas. He's very vulnerable here. And eventually it's going to lead to a tower kill as well. That one they played a little safe. We got a little low, but they're getting farm. It's relieving pressure from the safe lane. I don't know where Morphling is right now. He's just on the bot lane right now. And Pudge is getting solo experience top in the dangerous lane. So I think the tempo is looking really good for Thunderbirds right now.
Yeah, it's quite an interesting game as well in terms of how the individual heroes are performing in net worth, because even though it looks like, the Morphling's behind, but everyone incredibly close at the moment because of the action that they're getting involved in as a team, and looking for mind control. Misery, we'll get the vision here from Mumianda's Sprout, trying to line a potential hook, but the treants are kind of blocking him up. So a little bit of, I guess it's hard to coordinate between the two of them there with a small amount of space in that. That juke spot, but they'll still get the kill. Looks of it with Saxa coming through with the wraparound telekinesis into the hook. They'll take down mind control, but the deny is there as well from Misery. He'll make sure that Liquid don't find anything in return.
Yeah, Miracle can't catch a break here. All of his early stun strikes, almost getting a kill, but not quite. So all these early skirmishes as well, really helping Thunderbirds because of the fact that their supports got wrecked in the lane so hard. But this is going to help them get faster level 6s. It's very integral for both Rubik as well as the Pudge. It'll really help them kill Naga Siren, for example. And Resolution's still definitely very behind here, but a couple more kills, a couple more rotations, maybe some tower kills.
It's very close between the top few people on the board. I mean, the Naga, of course, is the one to watch out for. If he continues to sail ahead and does manage to hit a good relic into Radiant's timing. But there's still a fair few minutes before that happens. But still definitely good news for Liquid in the sense that Naga still is sitting at the top.
Another 100 damage on the mid tower. Not much longer and this thing's going to be gone. Miracle's still 1,000 gold away from the Midas. And they go back to pressuring Naga, maybe? They're looks like maybe they want to take mid. I guess that is the big one. If they take the tower, it's huge here. Pudge going to get caught.
Yeah, trapped up here by the Fissure. Anything he can hope is for some sort of deny, but it's not going to happen against the burst that Liquid have. As Miracle this time will get a bit of a better break, managing to get the kill.
But that was not much gold. I mean, that's the least farmed hero on all of Thunderbirds, so losing Pudge when he's level 4 doesn't cost him a huge amount. So I feel like Thunderbirds are just farming so much better right now. Jungling on Nature's Prophet. They have a hero in every single lane. This was a Pudge, but that was some rotations, time spent. I mean, the only thing I'm looking at that really looks scary for Thunderbirds right now is Naga. That's by far the scariest thing.
And Matumba's getting that space.
But they might hit this like timing here in the next like 5 or 10 minutes when Thunderbirds just death pushes. Oh, a gank on Prophet in the jungle. Got him.
And it's a quick one.
Really nicely done. He walked from the high ground, went in for an Echo Slam combo with the Sunstrike. Really nicely done. That's a huge kill actually, because that basically means no gank for 20 seconds as well.
Yeah, mind control as well this game, keeping himself pretty much on par with that of Rezo's farm on the Morphling, and halfway towards that Blink Dagger. So it'll be very nice if he does manage to get that good timing. Bottom. Misery, Smoke will dispel, he knows that Matumba's close and personal. Doesn't quite have level 6. They will have the telekinesis follow through, but the sleep is available. As Matumba should be fine here. Yeah, goes for the straight TP out in the sidelines, and nothing that Thunderbirds can do to stop it.
Yeah, that's not even that bad for them though. Like, he uses Song, he TPs away from the lane as was expected. They weren't expecting to kill him, I don't think. So he's going to get Song off no matter what. You've only got lift, so. But he leaves. Now you're going to be able to take the tower and give Resolution more space to farm without it having to be in the safe lane, which is generally more dangerous. So all the rotations right now are really good for Thunderbirds. The only thing they left indefensible maybe is the mid lane. If they can hold this, though, they just got a huge advantage.
Yeah, Moon is going to come through with the Sprout setup, looking to find the follow-up hook. Just doesn't have the reach to grab him. As the quick chop through the trees and escape from mind control will save his life.
Yeah. Perfect timing. A little bit too late from the Pudge, but they did coordinate that quite well. Just
it's hard.
Super fast reaction from mind control mostly.
Oh, in fact, talking about mind control, back in with a Fissure, looking to try and set up Miracle to go forward, but he's been silenced, being brought down low, can't get himself out. It's a 1-for-1 trade that Thunderbirds are going to be very happy with, and it's not over yet. Zooming forward, Resolution picks up a second. Kuro's dropped the Wukong's command, but already Thunderbirds are out of it. They'll sprout him up. bam, a zap from Saxa to pick up a third. Resolution might not be done yet. He has another waveform. He's looking for GH. Won't get the magical nuke damage, but with the massive chase down, I believe the stolen cold snap from Saxa as well, just helping out. Thunderbirds are, again, giving us these sort of performances that we were seeing in Game 2 at this stage of the game. Very, very cohesive plays as a team.
And their lineup just looks, it feels so strong. It feels like a Drow lineup to me. They're all very long-range heroes. They're all right-clicking really heavily. Monkey King just felt kind of bad there. I mean, maybe it was just the context of the ulti usage, but they just feel like they can right-click anybody. They can use their spells effectively, and their opponents are all like squishy Monkey King, squishy Crystal Maiden. They just all feel so countered.
Hiding in the trees here. Coming from the high ground, KuroKy. He's just going to jump in on this one. Again, this stolen cold snap on mind control, causing issues for the Shaker. They do lose Saxa on the Rubik. KuroKy jumps forward. Has to be careful. Weehar's got the Dream Cold. Drops it straight away on the Monkey King. They'll move forward. KuroKy trying to play his way out as he goes under the cover of the tree, but he's not going to make it. Zip forward from Resolution. Misery's there with the wraparound. Chomps in good and hard onto the Crystal Maiden to pick up a third. And again, Thunderbirds are just breaking apart Liquid in these fights where Liquid, it seems almost like they're panicking.
They kind of have to try to stabilize a bit because Thunderbirds are going to be so good at taking towers with the Treants, but they're just facilitating all of their heroes so well. All of their heroes are so good at fighting right now, including Morphling. Like, you normally look at Morphling as a super hard carry, late game kind of a thing, but if he can just safely right-click and cast Waveform repeatedly, he's actually one of the better carries in the early game, just because he can reposition himself, he can nuke, he's going to stay alive in so many of these cases. But all it takes is just diving with Treants and Puck setting things up, and Morphling feels like a really strong early game carry.
One thing, of course, that is continuing to happen is this is essentially space for Matumba Man. He is out of these fights, he is working towards the Radiance, and he's nearly got the Relic complete. Yeah. So that's maybe kind of Liquid's game plan at the moment, just go all in on these fights, leave the Naga out of it, make sure that Matumba is just ignored and can get that timing that he needs to be able to swing the game back around. And this rate is going to be quick. Top lane as well, looking for Rezo. Massive kill for them to find there. Beautifully done. Fisher into the Wukongs and an immediate Sunstrike, bursting down a hero that, you know, normally in this situation it is very hard to catch.
Yeah, it's not able to morph fast enough. No treads on him. Looking like he's going to pick up a Boots of Travel in a second, just so he can be more mobile. But yeah, kills like that definitely matter. And yeah, the Radiance is coming really fast. It's going to be a problem for Thunderbirds. But the important thing that they did was kill all the tier 1s, so that if they do actually want to pressure the map a little bit and try to kill heroes like Naga, it will be he'll have to use Song more often, basically. So I think they did the right thing, because them taking their heroes and trying to repeatedly gank Naga with the start they had was going to be very difficult, because they didn't. They had few disables. The Puck Waning Rift wasn't going to be maxed out until about now, 15 minutes. So it was difficult for them to actually heavily gank the Naga Siren in the safe lane. I think their target towards towers, I think, was the right way to go.
Bottom tower
so now they just got to try to control the map and play like a late game sort of style. That's where they've got to play now.
Unable to find anything with that smoke, Thunderbirds. And Matumba Man, Relic complete. Looking for that recipe. And yeah, absolutely on par to hit a very nice Radiance timing, considering how the team fights and the objectives have been going, with Thunderbirds definitely hitting the stride a little harder at this stage of the game. 15 minutes in, claiming the tier 2 down bottom. More money into the bank of Resolution.
They're setting up.
Yeah, top lane. I mean, see if they can catch anyone out here. Matumba Man's there, but looks like he's already backing up.
Yeah, just in case he keeps pushing. I do like the Miseries ahead of the game a little bit. If they did end up doing a little bit of a tower pressure thing, then they'd be covered. Just spotting for Monkey King as well with the Illusory Orb. But Liquid nowhere nearby. They're not ready to do this. They don't feel comfortable. Mind Control will be looking around for some soul kills, though. They spot GH. Could ulti him.
Yeah, we are. I just want to play around this one for free. Finds the CM. Hook won't hit, but the orb will.
Yeah, nicely done there. Much better way to do that, especially with Arcane. Save the ulti. Looking for the Earthshaker, but took a really good path.
Maybe, guessing he has KuroKy Invis at the moment. No sentries down at this point of the map.
Yeah, they got nothing.
Yeah, and it looks like KuroKy can't really set up for anything on his own. And Resolution moving forward on the mid lane. But yeah, no one really around him to do anything. And looks like they were actually aware that that Invis was picked up as they'll self-scan.
Yeah. They saw him grab it in front of their eyes. So he might get a soul kill, though. Oh my god. That was perfectly casted. Right in the middle is 5
Oh, so they all beat
Wukongs
down
hitting
on
him.
Moon's actually come in, but he can't quite catch this monkey. Oh, with Weehaw he can. Jump forward, and the Dream Coil, they will find the punish in return. But it did cost the Dream Coil, and it was just the one for the Rubik loss. So no Dream Coil for 60 seconds. And something that, I mean, how big of an issue is this Naga Siren? I mean, it really does feel like he's about to hit that Radiance. He's got it. And 17 minutes in, you've not done anything about the Naga at all. You've looked elsewhere, and it's been going great. But the Naga Siren, it could come back to haunt them. You know, Liquid knew what they were doing with GH on the Naga at DAC. Matumba, arguably, if not just as strong as a player on it. It's got to be scary. It
is. It's kind of similar to the DAC games, really. You have to be afraid of the team fight setup. If Thunderbirds ever clumps too much, it could just lead into like an Echo Slam combo into both Fissures, the Boundless Strike and the Fissure, into Invoker combos. Like there's that huge threat, actually. But as long as Thunderbirds keeps just poking and prodding around their map without forcing 5v5 team fights, I think they'll be fine, at least until Morphling gets farmed.
Okay.
And then he'll be able to deal with the illusions really easy. Not to mention the fact that he can just use Replicate to try to get himself his own Radiance. Roche is spotted, so they're going to be less confident, feel less confident about this now. But much rather grab a kill first before they commit to this, especially because of the Radiance timing. This is the worst time for them to lose a fight. Like Theban pointed out in the last game, they kind of fought Liquid on their strongest point, and or at least that was game 1, I suppose. They've got to make sure they avoid that here.
Yeah, smoking up, desperately looking for that kill before they go back into the Roche pit. Weehaw jumps forward, gets the Dream Coil onto Miracle. It's a little too deep, though, for them to go further in. As T-Birds won't find the initial kill that they were hoping for. In fact, in return, Miracle lands the Sunstrike onto Moon, who's being focused by Matumba Man on that bottom lane.
Yeah, Naga Siren is super good against Nature's Prophet.
Oh, mid lane as well. Liquid, they find themselves a second. Weehaw getting caught massively out of position as a second to fall. Misery trying to go in onto GH. He's going to miss the hook, though. GH with a freezing field, zoning Misery back. Saxa will turn, bring down Kuroki, but pays with his life as Miracle finds him, and Mind Control's there on the high ground with the control, allowing another Sunstrike for Miracle to land. And now you've got to be very worried if you're Thunderbirds. You managed to get those objectives early on, but Naga's getting big, and you've just lost a team fight massively.
That was a series of kills after kills. 4 kills for 1 there. I mean, Soxo grabbed 1 at least on the backside, but losing 4 kills like that all of a sudden changes the game a lot, especially when Morphling goes a build like this with Boots of Travel. He commits 2,000 gold to an item that just helps him walk faster and show up to team fights. If the team fights are going crap and he can't even be there, then he's definitely not farming as fast as his opponents are. And Naga's going to kind of blow him out of the water for a while. This is really scary, especially Weehaw getting picked off. It's very difficult to be aggressive on Puck until you get Phase Shift maxed out, because if you do make a mistake, you're a lot easier to punish. And they're still in that window here. They got to initiate, coordinated. They basically needed to get the Invoker kill when they smoked forward. They probably should have just backed off and played it safe afterwards.
I mean, looking at what Matumba as well, if he, at this rate, gets a good timing on the Manta, in terms of Thunderbirds catching him.
That's a great point. It's going to be really hard at that point. Maelstrom pickup for Prophet, so he's not going to have Disable either. It's basically just Rubik Lift, Puck disables, and Pudge ulti, I guess. But yeah, like once he gets Manta, stops all the silences. It's going to be a while until Morphling gets an E-Blade because he's building Lincolns first. It's going to be a long time until they can deal with the Naga perfectly.
I'm looking to kind of group up with the Naga. Liquid up on the top lane. Ready to make a 5-man push happen. Already, as we can see, though, as the illusions just used there to really slow down these pushes that Thunderbirds, up until this point, have been pretty successful with. Moon has to be careful, straight in Echo Slam. Good hook from Misery, though. Saves Moon from the Sunstrike, and Thunderbirds will get themselves out of there.
That was perfect reaction. Prophet was 1,000% dead if that hook didn't come at that time. I was waiting for the Force Staff. That's Pudge. That's what he does. Force Staff level 2. And he picks up the Midas recipe, actually, so this is going to help really help Pudge scale well. With Echo Slam down, though, that was by far the best setup that Liquid has. They'll have to rely on Blink Enchant or Fissure Enchant. Now things get a little bit iffy for Liquid, but I think Thunderbirds is pretty happy with saving Prophet.
Looks like at the moment, Liquid just trying to get Resolution out of their jungle.
Ooh, they got a Radiant solution. It's dead, though.
And there is that Midas. But as you said, yeah, just kind of gearing up for the fact that this game is not going to be over anytime soon. For sure, they need to have some sort of scaling capabilities against what Liquid have with this Naga Invoker.
Plus Pudge just doesn't farm very well, obviously, so it's nice to be able to grab a Midas. That way you guarantee your levels and your gold gain. Because items on Pudge are actually fantastic. Like things like Force Staffs, Blink Daggers, Aghanims, Aether Lens, all those things make a big impact. Even the Blade Mail builds that we've been seeing pretty recently, those builds are really effective on Pudge as well. So a simple Midas, yeah, you delay your Blink Dagger or your Force Staff or your Aether Lens, but it also makes you a lot more effective in the late game. Gets you to level 20 faster too. That's even more GPM. So in the meantime, Prophet just hitting creeps basically, as Prophets do. Keeps telling his team, go do something, go start something so I can show up. Oh, and Rubik with a fast hood.
I was going to say, do you like this pick? This is something that I don't think I've seen before. I mean, I guess looking at the lineup from Liquids, it's understandable. But
yeah.
I mean, I imagine surely he goes straight for the full pipe.
I think he will.
Rather than just the hood at this stage.
Yeah, because I mean,
you need to complete it for the team.
Partially, yeah. I think he's definitely buying it because otherwise the Naga or Radiant Solutions are just too hard to deal with. But by grabbing the pipe, that just really helps protect his team. Limits a lot of the team fight advantage that Liquid has there. They might catch Puck or Resolution here.
Resolution already into the trees. We are being eyed up. We'll be able to get himself away with the blink drawn. And yeah, there's a little too deep for them to chase for.
Those Radiant Wards as well. They really want to know where anybody is in their jungle. So occasionally they'll show up here and try to get them out of there. But Thunderbirds did not fall for that one. Invoker's got a Blink Dagger, so he's thinking about going for a solo kill. But I don't think Morphling's the target. He's hoping for like Rubik, Prophet, something like that.
Let's see what Miracle wants to play out here.
Like everybody's going to get hoods on Thunderbirds. And they've also got Rubik Ore as the other big thing. So it's a lot of magic resistance.
Miracle. What's the play here? He's going to walk straight into Misery. Misery, ooh, yeah, immediately with the blink out as he spots Pudge in the neighborhood. Blocking himself up there with the Forge Spirits. Micro. And Miracle, he'll be fine with the Ghost Walk. Just causing a bit of a distraction. Yeah, Misery's down to half health. Drop the Tornado down with the Sunstrike. Is it going to be enough? Not quite. Not quite. Misery will survive. But be forced back, and now Liquid actually bringing the rest of the team up. And oh! Kuroki just gets the vision as he jumps up to the tree line and slams down the Pudge. And they'll find a second as well with Saxa being caught off. We'll see the hood keep him alive a little bit against that Radiance burn. But more than enough damage from Liquid to find a second.
So Miracle's, all of his patient waiting actually pays off in the end. Just enough damage. In the meantime, Prophet cutting the wave, TPing out instantly. It's going to be close. Ooh. It's got to be scary against Earthshaker, who has a Blink Force already at 24 minutes, and against a Monkey King who can move around really rapidly.
They've got, some really good catch from range. It's going to be a hard game to wrap for sure. I mean, Invoker as well with the Tornado. Lots of ways to cancel TPs from a distance.
With that said, they got great heroes for it. Rezo doing a lot of damage on the mid lane. Oh, he doesn't get the sprout off. TPs to the wrong place.
Moon comes in. Has got the dust. And okay, Miracle takes the ult to the face.
He does have the waveform. He's got it, I think.
He's done it. Rezo takes down Miracle. GH and Kuroki looking to punish with the freezing field. The jump forward, Kuroki. Does he have the boundless strike? He does not. Will escape. Dead as the puck is down.
I don't think you can hook and sleep anymore. So Pudge can't save him yet. And they're just going to body block.
He's gone, he's surrounded in Moon Meander. He'll try and run, but the Frostbite comes through for GH. And it was picked up, and they're not done yet. Fisher onto Misery, jump forward from Kuroki. Saxa with a storm. Fisher holds them back for a little bit of time. Telekinesis as well. He's trying to do his best to survive. But again, Liquid move forward and surround him. And they may not be done yet. Oh, Kuroki tries to jump, but Misery hooks him mid-jump. And they will punish the Monkey King. Resolution looked to push Mind Control away, but Matuma Man just moving in aggressively with this Radiance. Now looks for the TP out, will make it. There's no sort of cancel. GH tries to get away, won't be as lucky. But that did cost the buyback of Weeha to make those plays happen.
Well, that said, I mean, Resolution is still getting a lot of kills, and he's got a Midas of his own. Everybody buying Midas now, apparently. You nerf the item, and it just keeps getting bought. But he's 1,700 gold towards his E-Blade.
All right, and we just found a courier. And that did have the ultimate orb on of Matuma Man, so that will be the Manta style, slowed down for 3 minutes.
That's actually huge. He's completely ready on it. So Silence is still valuable here. And this is the value of the BOTs, basically. Summon Treants, and Morphling can be there. And he even went for the +4 treants. Got lots of treants this game.
Another really back and forth game so far. Thunderbirds having the early game control, starting to slip a bit to the Naga Siren, but now getting Roshan as well by the looks of it. Will bring them back on par. But still, of course, those two big cores, the threat, and Resolution, a lot of weight on his shoulders to carry this game on the Morphling for Thunderbirds.
Yeah. I think he's going to be fine, though. Not only does he have the Midas, he's also got the 12% cooldown reduction. That means more Midas gold.
It's true. Pretty
good place to be in. And Soxer realizing mistake, says, pipe? No, Midas. Coming out.
Back for the Midas. Absolutely. Making sure that he can keep himself in a very relevant position. And we're seeing already, you know, he's not necessarily managed to get the big plays in the team fights, but cute little steals to try and halt how smoothly Liquid can get away with these kills.
You know, I think what happened was Thunderbirds went to their, talked to the coach after game 2, and they're like, do you realize your opponent's bought 5 Midases last game? And they realized they made a mistake. They need to do that every game now.
4 Midas, yeah.
So they're
and Liquid not doing it. Are we going to see 5 Midases come out for them? Well, not on Matumba, man. Yeah, no way he does it. GH might, though. Also, is he still looking for the Glimmer?
Yeah, he went Glimmer.
Okay.
I don't know if he'll go back. If you get too far behind on Crystal Maiden and then you buy a Midas as well, then you still just extend the part of the game where people kill you. So,
but you've got a Naga. I mean, you're fine with this game going 8 minutes, aren't you?
Yes, but he will be in fights at some point, and ideally he'll be able to save his allies. So I think if he doesn't get Glimmer, then and Morphling picks up an E-Blade in the next like 5 minutes, then he's just going to get one shot every single fight, no matter what. So he's got to go for some survivability here.
See what Liquid can do with this smoke. Looking to kind of bait it out with Miracle potentially in this mid lane, hoping that Thunderbirds would try and make a jump. We'll see if the bait is successful as they move forward. A little bit of time left on this dust, but smoke is pretty much gone now. They'll get themselves up to the high ground. Sentry's down, so they know that they've got this good position. But where's the lead in? Actually just looking to go in on the stolen illusion, making sure that Resolution doesn't manage to free farm with the Radiance illusion of Matumba. And they will kill it.
They got to do that every time, basically.
Yeah. It just speeds up his farm so much if he gets his hands on it.
Yeah, it's way too good to have a free Radiance. It's only like 60% value. Oh, are they going?
Yeah, straight in onto Weeha. Looking for the Chainstone with the Boundless Strike as well. Can they find it? No, they don't have quite enough damage to kill him. A Miracle's been taken down in return. Already looking a little bit rocky for Liquid. 2 TPs out, 3 TPs, but it's going to be cancelled by Wee on Kuroki. And they find a second Mind Control, looking to jump in, but not quite killing that Weeha. Even with a huge amount of Chainstone, with the Boundless Strike, the Fisher Echo Slam, it wasn't quite enough. And the fact that Miracle just caught off out of position in the mid lane before he could get his combo out.
Yeah, that was incredible. He lived there. 175 health perk from Puck here, really paying off this game, and the Treads as well. Treads Wand. He built tanky, and it paid off big time. Derek Curry does get sniped, at least Mind Control doing something in the meantime, but this is really bad for Liquid, actually.
Yeah, no Invoker, no Echo Slam, no Freezing Field, no Soul.
Yeah, all on cooldown for a little bit, and they grab another Radiance here. Maybe this will go okay, Fissure works.
See what they can do to stop it. And Moon coming in with those Treants. Resolution falling very low, in fact, zips in and will blow up the Crystal Maiden. Feeling confident with the Aegis. Now the song's back online. Just Liquid trying to do their best to buy time so Miracle can get back in. Once the Invoker's back, they should be able to do a pretty good job at holding this back. They have the fortification. Can they change some Resolution up? Doesn't look like he's too worried about it. Still, with that Aegis, feeling strong, Saxa with the Stolen Fisher back onto Miracle. And Liquid will hold by the looks of it for the time being, keeping that tier 3 alive.
Yep, they'll finish split pushing bottom, and then Resolution will get out of here. Everybody TPing push lanes. It's a very effective pressure and push from them, I think. Mid tower's down to 500. This kind of looks like what you normally expect from a Naga team, actually. And as a whole, just the Radiance doesn't feel that effective in most of these fights. I mean, if they don't kill the important heroes like Prophet, Puck, maybe Morphling, then it feels like Liquid can't win a fight. And maybe it's just how mobile they are, perhaps. Like, Morphling and Puck, you're not going to keep them within the Monkey King ultimate. That seems kind of clear. Like, Monkey King hasn't felt very effective this game. And they have the damage and the mobility to actually counter him. So maybe that's the Monkey King counter. Highly damaging, highly mobile cores.
Yeah. Ideally, they need to just make sure that you have Mind Control on the front lines, pretty much stun locking multiple heroes, allowing that Wukong's command to get a couple of punches through. Otherwise, it's pretty impossible.
Mind Control picking up a Glimmer Cape as well. They just... Oh, that's not going to work.
Messing up the kind of the chain stunning there between the two of them. Tumberman still there behind. A resolution. I mean, look at this man's confidence. His team is starting to follow up, but he's just heading straight for Liquid. And Liquid, they're respecting it. They back off. The song will be there from Matumba. Can they actually chain stun the puck? They need perfect timing, really, to make a go for it. The Fisher, it's going to be late. Weeha gets the phase shift off. The Wukong's command will be down. Kuroki, falling low, looks to juke into the trees, but he's down and out. GH as well. They've lost 2. And Matumba Man, he's now in trouble. Tries for the TP out. Is he going to make it? No, he's not. The Yules is there from Weeha, cancelling the TP. They find a third Thunderbird, and they're not done yet. Mind control. Again, another TP unsuccessful as the sentries dropped. And bottom lane, Nature's Prophet doing it old school with the rat-a-tat-tat. Moon Meander finds the bottom racks, moves across to the mid. There's no buybacks here from Liquid. And Liquid are looking to be in an absolutely dire position now, Purge.
Yeah, it's looking like a 2-racks for sure. Almost nothing they can do to stop it. And if anything, Miracle's got to be careful. If he gets hooked or something, this could be his death easily. But tier 2 on the top lane at least, so they won't get a triple racks right now, but 2 racks at 32 minutes in the game is really tough to play against when you're playing against Morphling and Puck and Nature's Prophet. These guys are so good at split pushing right now.
Resolution just looking incredibly huge now. Scardy Gold pretty much there. Pipes being completed by Saxa. We saw him with some big plays in that last fight as well, stealing the Wukong's command, making it very hard for Thunderbirds to fight back. Liquid to fight back around that confined position.
Made it really hard for me to pay attention to the team fight. I spent like 20 seconds like, which tree is Monkey King? I kept clicking around, and then I finally realized it was a Rubik ulti.
Saxa just playing around it. He's still got his hands on it, so they may be able to get another utilization out of it. Obviously, doesn't really do the huge amount of damage on the Rubik, but it's...
No, the damage is by all means good. It doesn't do good disable. Like,
no, yeah, you know.
It's not like you have a bash. And maybe it's time to buy a basher.
But it kills a few frames, you know. So
it does, yeah. If you gotta interrupt those.
It's technical plays.
You puck ulti them, you lower their frame rate, and then they can't dodge the hook as well, right?
Smart plays from Saxa, the Rubik master. At 1927, Liquid, of course, they do have good ways of pushing these lanes back out with the Naga Siren. But certainly not a position they'd hope to be in. If they could kill Resolution, I mean, that was,
Yeah, they're a little on edge here.
That was a tilt play.
I mean, it's one of those things. Mind Control just shouldn't have committed to it, most likely, because it was very tough, especially in that position. You don't gank a guy right under the shrine.
No.
When he's this farmed, it's really tough. He's got 2k HP just sitting. He's not even playing aggressive or greedy. If this was like Sumail or something, this guy would have 1 strength right now, 100%, but he's sitting on 2200 with the Lincolns. Doesn't have buyback at least, but...
And again, I mean, Resolution. Yeah. The amount of times he's got himself a free Radiance Naga.
It's almost impossible to stop because if he uses any Manta Illusion split, there's going to be a Radiance. So pretty much every time, it's almost impossible for him to prevent this, and as a result, it's just always a Radiance for Resolution. Then he can just keep on the front line. Just makes it pretty straightforward.
The original Illusion against the new one.
Well, the originals or the replica one's way better. It takes way less damage. It doesn't take any bonus, I don't think.
Oi, oi, oi. Yeah, Liquid have got to pull themselves together at this stage. A lot of pressure being put on them. Octarine Gold nearly there for Miracle, but of course we're at the state where you want to make sure you have buybacks, as the pushing power from Thunderbirds is huge. As we've seen, you know, with Moon on the Nature's Prophet, a lot of pressure can suddenly just come out of nowhere. Desolator into the AC, fully going for this kind of building hitting. You know, as we were kind of talking about earlier, Purge, there's a lot of builds you can do on the Nature's Prophet, but Moon, he's got it absolutely down what he wants to be doing this game, hasn't he?
Yeah, the BKB was pretty much perfect timing as well. It's the point of the game where you're having trouble controlling what people are casting on you, so as long as he doesn't get super out of position, you can just make sure the magic spells don't affect him. I think he went for the right talent tree as well. He's made good choices here.
Yeah, Saxy just popping the ult. It's about to go, so why not?
Break the frames.
Have a bit of flair. Yeah. The taunt, the BM.
I feel like it's really difficult for Liquid to actually take a fight. A lot of their heroes have trouble keeping people within a certain area. Like, I feel like they kind of need something like a Puck on their team. That way they can just Puck ulti and Wukong's on top of it. But instead, what's happening is they're kind of reliant on Earthshaker, but he's not exactly the best AoE disable hero. He's great if they're all clumped, but if they're not clumped, he can't really chain disable a lot of people and keep them in the same spot. So it's like all of their game kind of feels all in on Earthshaker doing Echo Slam solo target kind of stuff.
It's a lot of pressure on mind control. I mean, what kind of item we're seeing go for? Okay, so to get the Glimmer Cape is certainly going to help in terms of getting himself well, not just out of there, but into position without Thunderbirds initially spotting him.
It's mostly for the E-Blade combo stuff. Like
it's true. Yeah,
that's why they all pick up Glimmers. They need them. Otherwise, the Morph's just going to keep getting one-shot kills, basically.
And with Resolution having a BKB now on top of the Skadi, he is. It's very hard for them to kill him with that BKB.
They will be able to ensnare him. That's about it.
That's something. A little bit of disable.
And maybe they can waste his BKB with.
Roshan's back up. Mind control. The jump in onto Misery. Shoves himself away. Misery tries for the hook. Isn't going to get it. Into the pit. Weehar getting bashed immediately by Roche. Looking to drawn out onto Kuroki. Good Dream Coil onto 2. The Hex is there as well. Onto Mind Control. Miracle and Matumbaman coming in from the sidelines with the combo. The Song will be there to slow things down. Allow Liquid to rearrange. They do have an Echo Slam available. They'll drop the Wukong's command. Misery being slowed up. Jump up to the high ground from Weehar. Will end up finishing off the Monkey King. Misery's taken down in response though. It's a 2-for-1 at the moment. Moon trying to man up against Matumbaman, pops the BKB with a Mion in the desert, doing a lot of damage, not quite enough. GH in the trees with a freezing field, bringing Weehar down low, but the vision is there. They'll get the kill. Mind Control still hanging around, doesn't have the mana for the Echo Slam. Now he does, but Resolution, can they kill him? There's 3 of them working towards him. Weehar comes back in, picks up the triple, and he's not done yet. Potentially Matumbaman tries the TP out, will just make it. Ends up being a 3-for-3. Both teams keeping their 2 big cores alive.
It's a pretty good fight for Liquid. They set up their Wukong's command well, but the same problem just shows itself. The Puck's able to jump wherever he wants to. He's able to kill the Monkey King on the backline. I'm not really sure what the best solution is. Monkey King needs a BKB really bad this game, though, and I don't even think shaving off like the Midas would have made a big difference. Maybe he should have rushed Basher this game because they had this tempo problem at the 15 to 20 minute mark, but...
Oh, Miracle just got popped.
But that's the issue in the fights. They cannot touch this Morphling. They can't even get close to touching this Morphling. He's like, in no way are they a threat to this guy.
Yeah, this Resolution Morphling has just been pretty insane. I mean, we know it's one of his strongest, you know, and that just historically, Resolution has had some brilliant games on the Water Boy.
I'm a little surprised he went for this perk, 50% replicate damage. Makes the right click from the Naga Siren do about the same damage as what Naga's actual one is.
Is it the only the right click? It doesn't amp up the Radiance?
Does not.
That would be exquisite. But there's the jump in. The fight begins. Kuroki just about saved, but yeah, the coil, it still ends up stunning him. He'll get the jump off. There's been a buyback from Miracle for this fight. They've lost Matumba though. He's down for 70 seconds. They need to do something big. Saxa will be taken out, but Moon, Weehar ready to wrap back round, looking for GH, who did get the freezing field off, but they have the vision. They'll surround him with the treants, bring down the CM. A buyback will there be there from Kuroki. Miracle has to do something absolutely miraculous really to hold off this potential push that could come in from Thunderbirds. Roshan is available. They may choose to take it safe and go for it. Oh, he's going to miss the Tornado though, and they jump in from Wii with the Hex. Mind Control does manage to get the Echo Slam onto 2. Can they actually kill Wii? No, he phase shift dodges the Deafening Blast. The Tornado will connect onto Misery. Kuroki coming in with the Wukong's command. They brought down Weehar. Misery in trouble as well. He's trying to get away. Resolution looking to blow up Kuroki. Found Miracle as well. They've lost 4. None with buyback on Liquid. And Resolution may not be done quite yet. Oh, the Adaptive Strike bringing Mind Control down low.
If you got the range perk, he would have gotten that kill.
But look at top lane. What's Furion doing? He's there. He's on the racks. He's pushing in.
Moon Meander's been right-clicking a lot this game. He's doing a lot of damage. He's just got a 3-shot GH here as soon as the Frostbite ends.
Mind Control, he's so low, but he wants to do his best. They want, oh, maybe they could kill him. Matumbaman's there as well. And can they get him? Yeah, they will. They'll kill him. They'll keep the racks alive on the top lane.
It's a drive-by hit right there. Did you see that?
That was a lovely little kind of drift, yeah. But 26-36 Thunderbirds doing incredible structural damage. And Liquid trying their best to hold on, but it really is going to be one of those games that it's going to be insane if Liquid can actually end up pulling through a win, as Thunderbirds are just in a brilliant position. Resolution looking towards a butterfly as well. Leaps and bounds ahead of Matumba's Naga still at this stage.
They already have trouble killing this guy, and imagine with 35% evasion on top of that.
It's done. Interesting though as well, look at the Shaker. He has his Aghanim Scepter.
Okay. So he's going to start hopping around.
Hey.
It's 2 Monkey Kings. You know, they're actually very similar heroes when he gets Ag. They actually resemble each other so much.
Yeah,
just hopping around.
The Q, that's basically the same spell.
Pretty much. Now the second skill, same spell, just jump in places.
If this... I mean, what's the serious plan with the Axe? What makes it so good, you feel, in this game? What are we going to see Mind Control do that he wasn't able to do before now?
Escape.
Okay.
Multiple initiation options can be useful. I mean, he's already got Blink 4, so he's pretty set here, but definitely it's very, very difficult sometimes to predict Earthshaker just dunking in sometimes. That part can help. Helps against the Radiance, that's for sure, unless he just dies.
That may be the case. Oh! Jump! Boundless strike, he's out. He will survive. The hook, not going to quite catch GH. Kuroki up. Look at Miracle here with the wraparound. Tornado, EMP, it's going to land onto Saxa. Matuma Man surrounds him. They'll find the Rubik. Resolution pops the BKB, looks towards Kuroki. Kuroki's down and down. The X is there. Oh, they've got him. Miracle's down for 100. Matuma Man trying to save him with the song, but with the BKB on Resolution, he powers on through, and then not done yet, Thunderbirds. Misery comes in with the hook. Dismember onto CM. A third member down. Triple kill for Resolution. They have no Invoker, no Monkey King, no buybacks available. They have been raxed. The Megas are out. Can Liquid truly hold?
I don't know if they can. Earthshaker can go, and he's got Echo Slam, but they're not that grouped.
Oh, there's the dunk. He's looking to try and get a position. Will get a good one there as he brings down the Nature's Prophet. Hex, again, though, Heartmakers are brilliant at Hex plays this game, causing huge issues for the cause. Not going to be enough to kill him. There's the dunk again attempt. The Yules will be there to dodge it. Fisher isn't going to be. Jaunt straight out to safety. And in the base, Resolution looking to man up against Matuma. Matuma looking to turn and fight. Does have this Diffusal Blade. And again with the dunk. Resolution falling incredibly low. In fact, he'll go down, but he has that Aegis ready for round 2. But Kuroki
really good for Liquid
with the Wukong's command. They've bashed him up. Moon will actually buy back for this. 30 seconds before they have Miracle back. They're trying to do their best to fight and buy time for the Invoker to return. Can they actually do it, though? The pressure's starting to come back in onto the structures. Hex is down onto Matuma Man. Mind Control tries to help out, but he jumps forward, trying to just draw their attention away from the base. Buyback from the Earthshaker, buyback from Matuma Man. Miracle's back in 10 seconds. There's the dunk. Weehaw falling low and he's down. They've taken down the puck for 99 seconds. Saxa focusing Kuroki with the help of Resolution. They'll take down the Monkey King. Sprout up onto himself, Moon, but the fish is through. Matuma Man, they've cut through the trees. They've spotted out Moon Meander. Resolution zips across the sidelines. Miracle gets the combo down onto Moon Meander. Moon Meander's down. There's a dieback on the Nature's Prophet, but they've lost Matuma Man a second time. It's a dieback for him as well. Mind Control will end up finding Saxa. Misery with the Dismember onto the Shaker. Can they save him? Oh, the Fisher onto Reza holds him back. He needs a beautiful combo here, Miracle. He'll go for the EMP setup onto Resolution, but Resolution turns and he combos down Miracle. Resolution survives. GH the last man standing, and he'll go down as well. Ultra kill for Resolution. GG is called, and Thunderbirds will take this series 2-1.
They made them work for that. Holy crap. Did you watch Mind Control in that fight? He's just hopping around.
Hopping and bopping.
He got to level 25, got the -2 second cooldown. He's just perma-stunning people. He made so much work happen, but Thunderbirds was in such firm control from like the 30-minute point onward. Once Morphling had like Lincolns with the E-Blade, with the Midas, he just couldn't die. They did not have the single target damage solutions to deal with him. It was what, Invoker basically. He was more of an AoE hero. Naga is definitely playing something like that. There's the coach hug right there. Where's coach number 2? Not in the room, I guess. Busy.
Screw him. They got blitz, you know, you never need more than that.
Yeah,
there we have it.
Their draft was a great game too. I really liked it.
It was something a little bit different. The Furion, it ended up working out beautifully. The amount of building damage that Moon did, it just seemed like, I mean, he did die 7 times, but he was very good at not being caught out and making sure that he was always doing something when the team was elsewise.
And in the crucial moments, he was there right-clicking, doing a lot of damage, and he had BKB ready at the perfect timing. So I think Moon played really well also. Yeah, they all played great. Thunderbirds.
Very, very impressive stuff coming out from Thunderbirds at the end of that game, and indeed taking the series 2-1 against Liquid. Well, there we have it. A lot of action, a lot of excitement. Back to you guys on the panel to hear what you have to say about that. And was Gods right, or was he wrong again? I think he was wrong again, wasn't he?
Not wrong this time, luckily, Owen. The curse of the 4th chair has been broken. Gods did go for Thunderbirds. They have won the 3rd and final game of the 2nd set in round 1 and pick up their points. And what a well-deserved victory it was. Let's break it down with Malini, Rose, and Gods back on the desk once more. Gods, we'll start with you. They made them work for it, but it looked pretty set from about that 30-minute mark.
Yeah, they got Matu in a position where they were just going to play it for the ultra late game. They had this Morphling that didn't really have many counters in place on the Liquid side, and even went back from Midas. I think it was after he bought his Lincolns and Boots of Travel, and I think Matu just kind of looked at the game and was like, well, we're not going to win this game anytime soon, but we'll eventually win this game if we can get it late game and I get my Ethereal Blade, get 6 slotted, and despite Liquid kind of coming out pretty strong early on, Thunderbirds just held on and knew they had the late game tools to win.
Yeah.
He even went back from Midas.
Yeah.
Actually. After bots and Perseverance.
You called him Matu too. I'm too used to Matu playing.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Matu. Yeah, sorry, not Matu. Yeah.
Rezzers, I think, is actually super underrated as a carry.
You think?
Yeah, I think he was actually. Oh yeah, Rezzers. I think he's actually probably one of the best carries in 2016.
TI.
Yeah, I actually think he was better than Shadow at that time, and we haven't seen too much of him, but his Morphling is like really good.
Yep.
And they've also like had to ban out a lot of his heroes and some of the other games too.
Yeah, he does seem to have been a focus, doesn't he, for the bans?
Yeah, but he's so flexible though. Is the thing? Like, is it really worth banning him out?
No, I think it's always been Rezo's strength is that like he's not like his hero pool is so diverse. He can bust out a Slark, the Terrorblade, Morphling. Like he can play the hard carry late games. He's played some of these more tempo controlling carries. He fits into whatever role he's needed for the game. What did you make of it, Steven?
I think Liquid actually had the tools to be able to win this game. They had like a pretty good farm on Invoker. Naga was free farming in the safe lane. This Morphling actually had 10 blast hits when the Naga Siren had 30. But Liquid sort of got overconfident in the top lane. They understood that they have Sunstrike to help them to get kills, but they need to understand when Thunderbirds get their level 2, level 3s, the Pudge and Morphling also become very strong in the lane, and they felt like a triple kill or something like that, and that completely brought Morphling back for the time being at least. And all these like random deaths from Liquid, it like slowed down even Naga's Radiance timings, and all this added up, allowing Thunderbirds the space that they need to be able to farm up on their carries, even though I thought Liquid were in a very fine position. And like if we look at the series, it's very easy for us to tell that Liquid as a team is not that good at taking these objectives in comparison to Thunderbirds. All the games, even especially in this last one, when Liquid got their Radiance, they weren't really looking to take towers, and Thunderbirds had like 4 towers on them. So, and this is like one of those patch where it's really important that you're able to take these objectives and you're constantly thinking about them. Yeah. And this is one of the reasons why IG was able to win DAC.
Yeah, it's almost like they're playing the map, aren't they? They're saying, okay, well, if you're doing this, then we're doing this.
Right.
Across the other side of the map, maybe. If you're taking Roast, then we're taking a tower here or whatever. And Liquid seemed a little bit disjointed, gods, again. Seems to be a story for them in the last few months.
It's finding how to make all these players work together and be on the same page, and we saw it in Game 1.
Well, in Game 1 they were much more cohesive, right? So where did that go in Game 2 and 3? Is it composition? Is it draft? What is it?
I think it was maybe a little bit of over-aggression. I think we mentioned the top lane, like they had that really good start, and that's perhaps misled them a bit. They wanted to keep fighting. They wanted to keep trying to set up Miracle to find these Sunstrike kills. But the end result was they kind of let Thunderbirds get some catch-up kills and just kind of overextended on a couple different occasions. And also, again, it's this, let's fall back on the Naga Siren. It's, in some ways, like to me, it's a hero that it should be there, like in your toolkit to bust out maybe here or there, but it shouldn't be something you rely on and go to whenever your team's in trouble. And that's what it feels like with Liquid right now. It's like, okay, our strats aren't working, let's pick Naga.
And they've also played it with 3 different players now, which just, again, suggests great flexibility, but also maybe a little bit of, we're not quite sure what the strongest lineup is or where the players should be playing. And when you've got a player like Miracle, Ben, do you not just want him to do what he does best?
I think they just need more cohesive lineups. Like Naga plus Invoker is, I think overall they're just overrating the Naga, and it did lead to some success for them in prior tournaments, but the hero's like not that good by itself. I think it has to be like a really particularly good Naga game, unless you're really good about playing around the hero, like OGR, for example. They're really good about drafting and playing around it, whereas Liquid, I think they have really good Naga players, but it doesn't mean that it's a good Naga game for them. And
you prefer to see it like a 5th pick, where it's picked around a set of other heroes?
Or, you know, if they have like support, like Coddle Naga, for example, that I think is really, really good. I don't think they should lead with it's just like the draft is not like, if I were to carry, I'm not like, oh man, this is just a Naga game. I don't really think that they necessarily think so too. I think in Kuro's mind, it's like, oh, we need to pick Naga. Let's try to fit him in, as opposed to let's try to fit the other heroes in around the Naga.
Okay. Breaking it down with our match scoreboard, you can see that in terms of the game itself, fairly even all the way through until that 30-minute mark, and then just falling off completely in the favour of Thunderbirds. Our MVP for this particular one, Ben, who do you want to pick out? Who do you want to highlight?
Probably Rezo?
Probably, I'd say Rezo, I think.
Yeah.
I think he did a really good job at coming back into the game. He even bought a 26-minute Midas because he thought, like, okay, as long as I get to my farm, nothing will matter in this game. So let's just do it.
Yeah. And as you can see from the MVP stats, the bars at the bottom, by the way, just a brief explanation, means he's above average on almost every area. So it's the average of all of the games played on that particular hero up to that minute of the game. So as you can see, in terms of kills and GPM, he's way out ahead and having a very good game indeed. As a series, what do you make of this, Ben? Because many's talked about Thunderbirds in a way that was sort of like, well, we don't really know much about them. They haven't really played that many games. When they have, they haven't looked great.
We know what they're capable of.
But they haven't really shown anything. Are they flying under the radar? Is that why we've been discounting them, perhaps?
Yes, but we also know that they can be really good. It's kind of like Wings, except we actually saw Wings in a lot of tournaments. It's like, oh, they could be first at this tournament, but they also could be last. And we saw enough tape from Wings to conclude that they just have not been good in the past couple of months. Whereas DC, we think that they have the same potential as Wings. They could be first, they could be last, and which one is it? And they haven't played enough for actually us to make a determined conclusion. But after this series, I think there's a lot of potential. They have really unique picks, unique play style too, and they're really good at counter drafting. I think it's Misery's biggest strength in this year and last year.
Okay, we're going to get more from all three of you in just a moment, but let's hop over to Shiva, who's picked up Moon Meander to have a chat with after a victorious 2-1 win over Liquid.
Thunderbirds and Moon Meander. Moon, what a grudge match that was. It was a grueling match. Congratulations, first of all, because you did end up winning. And I'm going to just start with game one. Game one, it looked like you guys had it. It looked like you guys were going well, and at some point it all turned around. What went wrong? Why couldn't you close the game out?
I think I played too aggressive. I fed like about 3 kills, which I shouldn't be feeding. The first feed, I was snowballing the lane, and then I fed like a level 7 Sand King Death, diving a Wyvern. I got baited. And then I also got baited again mid, gave Miracle a double kill and a tower, and giving him that player head start, especially on a hero like TA, just going to make the game way harder than it should have been. Yeah.
And then in the second game, in your scrims, do you encounter a lot of Arc Wardens?
We encounter it here and there, I mean, all these illusion heroes will always be a thing in this tournament, so we had to kind of learn to deal with it, kind of.
Because were you prepared for this pick? Were you ready for it?
No, we were not. We didn't think that Liquid could run Arc Warden, and we didn't know how it was like, and we just played, and we just won. I don't know, just lucky, I guess.
Well, you said you didn't think Liquid could play Arc Warden, and it turns out you're right, so you got that. No, it was still a close match, but it was interesting to see how that played out. Now, in both first and second game, Nature's Prophet got banned. Third game, you got to play it. Why is Nature's Prophet back?
I mean, I think Nature's Prophet's back because it fits my playstyle. I like playing him super aggressive, and people can't really deal with the high octane gameplay, the momentum, the speed. They can't keep up, and what happens is they just lose their whole grip on the game and lose track of reality. Yeah, it's pretty much.
That kind of sums up that third game, because after the draft, you let Miracle have his Invoker. Liquid got their Naga Siren, GH or Matuma both very scary. I mean, you were very confident going into the game with the draft you had. Was it all pre-planned?
It was kind of pre-planned. The Naga put a little bit of dent in our plans because we didn't think that they would pick Naga like that. And they did it anyway. They did Naga Invoker, which is extremely greedy. We kind of punished them early game, but their mid game with this Naga sleep into Monkey King LT and the Invoker Sunstrike combo was just like too hard to fight into until we had our BKBs. And if we respected their timing a little bit more, I think the game would be more smooth too.
Okay, well, you did end up winning, and you make it through to the next round. Next round, you're going to go up against one of the other winners. You're going to have to wait a little bit before that gets decided, but thank you very much for taking the time to talk to us. And back to the panel, back to Paul.
Thanks very much, Shiva. Yes, and Moonman, they lose all grip of reality. That's what he said when he plays Nature's Prophet. I don't know if we went quite that far. It was good.
He's way more humble than he was in the prior interviews. It's actually a striking difference.
I think he's a lot of fun.
Oh, he's definitely a lot of fun. He's one of my favorite players to watch get interviewed. But he, it was just uncharacteristic from the things that I've seen from him.
Lucky in the second game. They didn't seem that lucky.
He gave a lot of credit to Liquid, and he said that he didn't really respect their timing, which I completely agree with in game number 3. And he fed some unnecessary deaths. I think he could have done a lot more thinking, but it's actually rare for players to come out the way he did.
Yeah, it's good, refreshing stuff. Also puts them in a really good position as well, going into the second round because they are one of the winners now. We can actually check in and show you where we are right now. There have been 8 matches in total. I'm looking at 7 that have completed. In fact, all 8 have completed now. And we can have our 8 winning teams on the left-hand side. Team Secret, IG, Team Random, of course, formerly Wings, OG, Thunderbirds, formerly DC, Virtus Pro, the new DC, formerly Onyx, and TNC are our opening winners. On the right-hand side, the losers. Team VGJ, Mouse Sports, IG Vitality losing to Team Random. SG Sports put up a really good fight against OG, winning the opening game, but going down 2-1. We've just seen Liquid losing to Thunderbirds in 3. Faceless went down to Virtus Pro. Newbie went down to Digital Chaos, one of the surprises of the round. And Evil Geniuses, yet again, start slow. They go down in 2 to TNC.
That's 5 invited teams in the losing side.
It is, yeah. Early days, but what can we draw, gents, from our opening round?
The biggest surprise is definitely
the
DC newbie and EG TNC. Yep. TNC definitely a powerful team, but I guess like EG, the first day they always very slow starters.
Yeah, they are slow starters, and we've mentioned that many times. They were slow at DAC, bounce back on day 2.
Right.
Swiss could hurt them a little bit if they're slow, I guess.
Yeah.
EG obviously weren't going down 2-0. DC also won against Newbie 2-0. That's a pretty big result for the former Onyx team, isn't it?
To be honest, I have very high expectations for that team. They have extremely smart players, and they try very hard. Plus, they came out of NA. You can never count NA out.
I'm glad you brought that up. Yeah, I was wondering when the NA bias would kick in at some point, even. I was getting disappointed we hadn't had much of it. Let's show you the schedule of what's coming up this afternoon as well. We have more matches, of course. 2 more best of 3s to come. We'll also dip into round 2 for the upper part of the bracket, round 2 high and round 2 low as well. Of course, all of those matches will be going on. It was very quick. Can we bring that back up again?
It wasn't correct. I think they're fixing it.
Wasn't quite good. We're just fixing that for you before we bring it back up once more. Here we go then. So we'll kick off the next round, round 2, with IG versus OG. That's right, the repeat of the grand final at DAC. They've already played twice this month, and it will be a 3rd consecutive. Could even be the grand final here at the Kiev Major. Who knows? And we'll also see Thunderbirds in action a little bit later on as well. We're going to take a break here on the panel, get refreshed, come back ready for our 3rd game of the day, 3rd match of the day. Before we do that, though, there is another member of our broadcast group, I'm going to call it, across the 2 sites, and he hasn't been mentioned yet. And I'd like to check in with him, because he's always fun, he's always funky, and he's always up to mischief. He is Sir Action Slacks.
Oh, hey guys. Sorry, we're playing a little secret card game in there. You guys don't want to see it, do you? Really? Okay. Well, this is kind of getting me in a little bit of trouble with the talent and the players, but screw it. All right. I'll come and let you see our secret card game. Don't worry about it. Come on in. Don't tell anybody, okay? Let's go. Take a seat. Take a seat. And I'll explain to you a game that we've been playing for about 5 years now. It's called Kundalini. And many players have lost their careers over this game. Many have gained them. It's a high-stakes game of skill, cards, and fun. Alright, basically, it's an offshoot of the game called Go Fish. You have cards, but they're not regular cards, no. Every one of your 5 cards has a player's face on them. The goal of the game is to have the strongest 5 stacked by the end. Seems pretty simple, doesn't it? But it's not. Because every round, you have to ask if people have a better player. For example, I have these cards in front of me. I'll say, does anybody have a puppy? If they do, then you get to have that card. And you get to get rid of your weakest one. Sorry, Pilot. But if nobody has the card that you're looking for, then it's a Kundalini. A Kundalini is a punishment. I take out a card from here as the keeper of the cards, and I read it out. Punishment affects everybody at the table. Sometimes they're good, sometimes they're bad, but sometimes it ruins the entire game. The game is competitive, the game is fun, and the game only ends when you complete an entire roster of a current team, or you complete the game by running out of cards. Yeah? This is how RTZ got on Secret so many times. This is how Weehaw got kicked from Secret. Alright? This is how careers are made. This is Kundalini, and it affects everything in Dota. Let's play. Gentlemen, it's time to begin our game of Kundalini. As always, at all of our events. The prize, as usual, is this breaded chicken circle. All right, pass out the cards. Let us begin. Take a look at your cards, gentlemen. You have 5 cards in front of you. The goal is to have the best team.
Yo, what the fuck?
At the end. All right, sir, I'll take those dead cards,
good
please.
Team, yo.
Okay, as always, we will start with the person with the highest MMR. No. Highest MMR, please.
Well, it's not me.
I think it's got to be one of you.
That's X success. Let's go.
Okay, let's go. Sir, start us off. What do we have here?
Does anyone have KP?
KP.
Kundalini.
Okay, our first card draw is a punishment. Punishment number 1, Chinese streaming contract. Discard a player who would be only in it for the money. Who would leave their team just to stream. Discard whoever you think.
For the money.
You have to discard someone.
Oh, you have to discard someone.
You have to discard someone.
Can they be not Chinese?
Yes, anyone. Discard who you think is in it for the money the most. Please. No, you have to be face up. People have to know.
We're so savage today.
Good choices. Only for the money. Nice, nice. Very good. Purge is only in it for the money. Interesting. Interesting.
I didn't know.
There you go.
He always has the hat on.
Yeah, dude. You will never know who he really is.
What do we have?
Puppy.
Puppy only in it for the money. All right.
Oh, shit.
All right. Take your cards. Look around. Your turn, sir.
Anyone have why?
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 Innocence.
Innocence.
Team random innocence.
Yep.
Team random. Kundalini.
I think that's a Kundalini. All right, another punishment card looks like. This is called 50-50, okay? You have to hold up your best and your worst card. And someone else has to pick one. It is the Eternal Envy 50-50.
Pick one.
Yeah, you get to pick either the best or the worst. So pick up your best and worst card and show it to the person across from you. No tail, you get.
Okay,
No, you're good.
Oh, I'm good. Oh,
He
she's
has to
getting punished
yes.
this time. All right, feels good.
Oh, don't show him, don't show him. You show him the back. That's right, and put your worst card.
Your worst card. One more.
My worst?
Yeah, worst player.
A shit player.
Okay, all right, you get to pick.
Oh, do I want to know who you think is best.
All right. Keep that one. I'm going to come over and see what that is, by the way.
All right.
All right, good choice. Good choice.
What do I do with this now?
You'd have to discard. You have to.
Can I discard this one?
No, yeah, right. Yes, you get rid of your worst one. And you should have 5 cards at all times. So you have to discard your worst one now. That's good for you.
I'm sorry, Jonas.
Oh, Fog, your worst card. Why? Why no tail?
I mean,
Sorry. I want to put that.
No, you can't. You can't. You have to save it for next round. All right. You're up.
All right.
It's you, right?
Yeah, shh. You don't want people stealing that. That's a high value card. You don't want people stealing your slice.
Does anyone have a black?
Black.
Oh, I have it.
Okay, give it to him.
Oh, nice.
And then you get to get rid of a bad card.
I
and you
get
a
to
new
rid
card.
of. Do they not have to be labeled like bad? I'm sorry.
Oh!
Shit.
Hey, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Yes,
It's my turn?
It's your turn.
Alright, anyone got a Schmitty one? AKA mid one?
Oh.
A Schmitty one.
Yeah, anyone
Mid one?
Is he?
No. No, that's not mid one.
You do that every time?
No, and that's another punishment. Here we go.
Oh boy. Oh shit.
Okay, punishment. Visa issues. If you have a Chinese player in your hand, you must discard.
Oh my
god.
no!
One Chinese player must be discarded.
It has to be my Chinese player?
Yep. One. If you have a Chinese player, you have to discard.
Choose one.
Choose one.
Man,
Choose one. Choose your worst one.
A disaster.
And I just lost my best
Oh.
I just lost your captain.
Oh. Oh.
Q God.
Oh.
What the fuck?
Just like usual, the Chinese visa issues have taken many lives. Unfortunately.
What the fuck is this?
That's how I found that. No, Dale, you're up.
Oh, is it me?
Yes, your turn. Find a player.
Somebody give me a universe.
Universe. Anyone have a universe? That's a Kundalini. All right, another punishment. Okay. This one is roster lock deadline. Players place one card each face down on the table. So pick a card that you don't want, put it face down on the table.
Okay.
That's fine.
Wait, are these cards dead forever?
Yeah, that's the dead pile.
So, okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Okay. Roster lock deadline. I'm gonna take all your cards.
What? Really?
And we're gonna shuffle them randomly, just like you guys do during roster lock deadline. So there you go. Choose one and pass it around. Okay.
Oh god, if I end up with the same
Your
card,
turn, my friend. That happens to a lot of people on roster locks. They kick one guy and then he just comes back.
Are you fucking
kidding me?
Sorry, dude. Sorry.
Nice shuffle, by the way.
We all got the same thing.
You all got the same thing. Welcome to roster locks, baby. That's why the rules are there.
Who's even out?
What do you got, my friend?
Yeah, I was looking.
It's my turn?
Yeah.
Does anybody have a miracle?
Miracle. A high value target. Anybody got a miracle? Damn, you guys suck at this. Kundalini. All right, Kundalini. This punishment is called fired. If you have any talent in your hand, discard them. They were too capitalist fired. Easy. You have many talent. No, not me, dude. Yes. Fire me. Yes. You. No, that's a real player. Yes. Are you kidding me? Get rid of him. I'm sick of telling you that he's not other Chinese players.
This one?
Yes, that is Merlini. No, it's not. Wait, you asked me 4 times what player that was. That is Merlini. Here you go. Yes, get rid of me. I'm fired, of course. Oh,
this is the shower picture over here.
There you go. You guys have any talent?
I need one.
Oh, got rid of cat loss.
One, yeah.
All right. You're up again.
We're just here.
S4.
I just got him! Are you kidding me? Look at this picture, no!
All right, S4, you get to get rid of a card.
I like it.
Yep.
Very good.
1, 2, 3. So you get to get rid of your worst card. You get the new one. All right, your turn.
I'm so sad. I just
Hold
got
on, who'd you get rid of? Jack! Got rid of Jack?
Oh, no.
Jack's great! You don't like Jack? Oh, harsh. All right, you're up, sir.
Anyone have paparazzi?
Paparazzi. Any paparazzi?
Okay.
Well, that's not good, but give it to me. That's fine. Here's your card, your new one. All right, you're up. Oh, she just got rid of you, dude.
Oh, fuck.
That's not good. That's harsh.
Got rid of his worst card.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Let's fucking throw the shit on.
All right, you're up, sir.
All right. Does anyone have a burning?
A burning.
It's right here, you idiot. Kundalini!
Kundalini! Sorry, bro. All right, that's Kundalini. Smurf alert. Discard the biggest Smurfer in your hand.
Oh
Person
no!
Smurfs the most.
Are you
Everyone has to
kidding?
discard one.
I actually don't know.
Rip.
What?
Smurfer.
Oh,
Somebody
you fucking
plays.
lost your
I lost my Arteezy, man.
Oh, the Arteezy's out quick.
I'm pretty sure he's smart.
I don't know.
Sure.
And that's it. We're out of cards. We are out of cards. That means that everyone, with the cards you have left, put them down and explain why your team is the best team, and then we're all going to vote on who won this round of Kundalini.
Are you kidding me? I have by far the best team.
I have by far the best team.
All right,
My
here we go.
team is,
Everybody face down
really
the
good.
cards,
Shit.
and we'll go one by one. Oh, that's okay. There you go. We're gonna start right here. Oh, you have 4 cards.
Oh, I have stolen.
Oh, okay. All right. Number 1, please describe your Dota team and why they are the best team. Go ahead.
Fear and
Okay. First of all, I have 2 naked guys.
2 naked guys. That's pretty good. You got the fear and the fly.
I have solo 3-2-2.
Yeah.
It's in half VP squad, man.
Yeah. Yeah. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. What do we got here? No tail.
I have 3 Arabs, and then I have like 2 supports, GH, who's like anything, and Ana and Sumail. Like, this to me is like a dream team. Fulfill all roles.
All right.
2 10s, 2 aces, and a deuce, you know? This is amazing.
Kenzu, is your team the best?
Alright, so I'm pretty sure if I look around, no one's got a joker. And it's ice. That's a pretty good start.
Yep.
Wait a minute. I also have
Oh god, your main argument
Minus better, minus.
That's stupid.
I got 2 pretty good supports.
Yep.
Weeha is mid.
Yep.
Actually, he's gonna be carry because high. No one actually knows this, but he's a sick Tinker player.
Okay.
So I'll take him Tinker and we'll win every game.
Okay.
I've seen his Tinker Woods before. I'm not sure.
Hey, mid.
Fly, what do we got?
Alright, we got almost the entire team faceless, first of all.
Oh.
Although I just threw away black, but
Unfortunate.
And then we got Daryl going back to carry, just like, you know, the old days in E-Home, so he's doing good. Mind control in the off lane. And, you know, it's a pretty good rounded lineup.
Who's the 4?
What? It's a Thunderbirds player.
Oh,
Saska.
All right.
Look like
How do you even say his name?
Got a good team?
I have the king player, Paparazzi.
Oh, that's it.
1v1 winner.
He's the top solo king.
Okay.
I think he will carry no matter
Literally just
no matter which other focus.
He doesn't
That's a good sale. I like that. All right, and last but not least, now this is Matumba. You've been asking a lot who this person. That's Matumba.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Who's that?
That's right. That's Marasmus. That would be
Marasmus?
Yeah.
That's a nice one.
That's Rezo, and that's Miracle.
Okay, I don't know who's him, so he plays port.
Okay.
Okay.
That's good guess.
And I got Miracle, you know.
Miracle is good. Yeah.
The king of Invoker.
The king. Yeah, SC.
SCCC, yeah.
Woo.
More Invoker
2
players.
kings of invokers.
You have 6 cards sometimes.
Too many
I'm not
characters.
sure what we're
Let's qualify this guy.
Let's go.
Qualified.
All right.
Give him all the
The
punishment.
time has come for the end of Kundalini. You're not allowed to vote for yourself, but you have to be truthful and vote for who you think has the best team. On 3, point, and we will find the winner. Okay? Fingers up. Get ready to point. Yes? Yes? Finger up.
Yes.
All right, 3, 2, 1, point. And we
Man, that's a fucking winner over here.
that's 2 for you. Congratulations.
All right,
the
all right.
winner of Kundalini.
What?
That was 2-2. But hey,
2-2.
it's okay.
2-2.
I pointed at him, hey.
2-2.
All right, I don't care. You won anyway. That was my game. Kundalini. All right, thank you, gentlemen. Congratulations. Another secret game won.